Today I'm sharing 10 things you should never, ever, ever, ever stockpile for long term. And I already know I'm going to get hate mail for number 10. This video is brought to you by our Dining on a Dime cookbook where you can eat better, spend less. We have our new hardcover with gorgeous pictures to help you eat better, spend less, and save on your grocery bill today. Visit us at livingonadime.com to get your copy. Hello guys, today I am talking about 10 things you should never ever ever prep for long-term storage. Now, a lot of these things are things that preppers tell you to do and I think they're wrong, and I'll tell you why as we go through the list. But here's 10 things you shouldn't ever prep for long-term. 1. Nuts and seeds. Nuts are a lot worse than seeds, but they both go rancid. Nuts will last about 6 months in the package, about a year in the freezer, and after that they start going rancid and tasting bad. They are not a good long-term storage food. The next thing is crackers. A lot of preppers say stock up on crackers. Guys, crackers go rancid also. Anything with flour in them will go rancid. Don't stock up for crackers for more than the expiration date says. The longest I've seen on crackers for expiration date is 6 months. You could probably get 9 months, maybe even a year if you're lucky, but you really can't long-term store crackers. It's not a good storage item. Granola, same thing. Granola's got oil in it and oats, and both of those things go rancid. Only get enough for 6 or 9 months. Otherwise, you've wasted your money on long-term storage. Peanut butter. Now, this is a huge prepper thing that people always say, but peanut butter has oil in it. Peanut butter does not last forever. Dry, dehydrated peanut butter with the oil removed is a good option for that. But regular peanut butter in the jar, do not get more than you can eat in about 9 months to a year. After that, it starts going rancid and you're not going to want to eat it. Oatmeal goes bad also. Yeah, they say it's filling, although I've never had that experience. I eat oatmeal. Am I the only one who eats oatmeal and is hungry 10 minutes later? It does not, even steel cut oats and all that fancy stuff. It doesn't stay with me. Anyway, oatmeal goes bad. Store up to the expiration date, but I wouldn't go longer than that. Calculate how much you use within that amount of time and only stock up on that amount. Bisquick, baking mixes, that kind of thing, most of them have shortening in it. They go rancid also. So I wouldn't use those either for long-term storage. They're great for short-term, but look at the expiration date and only get as much as you'll use within that time, because those kinds of things are going to go bad. Chocolate. I know, chocolate is great, but once again, it will spoil, it will separate. You've got about a year for chocolate, and that's really pushing it for the max. So don't stock up too much on chocolate. Last but not least, and this is the one that is going to get me the most hate mail. I just know it, I'm going to get hate mail. But the last thing you should not stock up on is flour. I know, can you believe I just said that? Here's the thing, guys. I know every prepper in the world tells you to store up on flour, but you cannot long-term store flour very effectively. It lasts about 6 months in the bag, in the pantry. If you refrigerate it or freeze it, it will last about a year, but that's about all you're going to get out of it. Now, the best way to do flour is if you live in an area prone to bugs, put it in the freezer as soon as you get it to kill all the bugs. Then store it in an airtight container as well as you can. But do not store more than a year's worth of flour, because it will go bad on you and then it's going to be nasty and you wasted all that space. What I do is I just rotate out my flour. As I use one, I just put it on my list, rebuy it, add it to the back of the stockpile. But if you want to do long-term storage of a flour type product, then what you're going to have to do is get wheat berries and grind your own wheat. That's the best way to do long-term storage for flour. But flour, it really doesn't do that much. The other thing is, don't get flour in great big 25-pound bags. I think this is the dumbest tip ever. It doesn't save you any money. I have compared at Costco, Walmart, Kroger, and, well, no, Kroger doesn't carry them. Sam's. Costco, Walmart, and Sam's. And the Amish store. It is not any cheaper to buy it by the 25 pounds. Now, if you just have a big family and you go through that much flour, that's fine. But it's really hard to maneuver those big 25-pound bags. They're hard to use. You got to hoist them up on the counter. You got to fill your thing, dumping flour all over. When you use a 5-pound bag, you can just pour the whole thing in your canister, be done with it, and you're not trying to have flour poofs everywhere when you go to close it and all that kind of stuff. So get it in the smaller bags. Those store easier, and they're a lot easier to handle. So I know all my prepper friends are going to be hating me, but really, flour, grains, cornmeals, oatmeals, those kinds of things do not last very long. That's why you want to have a good supply of canned goods to get you through when you don't have flour on hand, or grains, that type of thing. Those are the 10 things, guys. Please visit us at livingonadime.com for more tips on how to save money and get out of debt. We'll see you guys later.